Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 4 of KoreCast Talking Games. I have a very special, awesome guest with me today. The one, the only MindofMegs. Hello. How are you
Hello,
today?
hello.
Oh no, your camera's acting up again.
I know. I don't know what it's doing.
uh
It literally was fine last night at this morning at like 2:30.
watch. It'll be perfectly fine when you go live later today during one of our friends' special birthday stream today.
I mean
So
that is the hope. I hope it's not having a day.
uh for everybody that is here who does not know who you are, could
Mhm.
you give them a brief overview? I say a 30,000 feet overview. And Mueller took it honestly last week and said, if you look over Michigan, there's a tiny little spot. That tiny little spot's me. That was Mueller's response to that.
Yeah, a little speck. Sure. Yeah, my name is Megan. I go by Megs on Twitch and Twitter and TikTok and all those fun things, but I have been gaming since I was little. My dad introduced us to it, playing, Mario and Duck Hunt and all those fun things. And have always had some
Ah,
yeah. I've always had some sort of gaming device, from consoles to Game Boys and everything in between. Recently got into the world of streaming and PC gaming, and
mm-hmm.
have found some pretty amazing communities along the way, and have worked to develop I mean, in my very biased opinion, a pretty amazing community for myself as well. Got a bunch of great people as part of um, my community, and I stream a lot of random things, and I joke. My raid intro is always that I don't play games because I'm good at them. I play games because I have fun. And so that's
Exactly.
yeah.
You
I'm not here to be a sweat. I'm here to have fun. So
exactly. You got it. If you can't have fun while playing a game, this
exactly.
leads back to a topic that was brought up last week. If you're not true to yourself,
Hmm.
the audience knows that.
Yeah.
They will honestly know that you're not being true to yourself, you're not having fun.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna admit, uh when I first met you,
Hmm.
I'm gonna admit to this. I am going to sound like a jackass. I did not like you.
Oh. Oh no.
No. We were playing. I think it was Goose Goose Duck the very
Uh-huh.
first time we met, and it
Yeah.
was like every time I turned around, there you were with a knife in my back, and it was like, no, I am done dealing with this person. I am not going to be nice to him ever.
It's just so funny because anytime I get duck or anything that has a killer role in Goose Goose, I am so worried somebody's gonna catch me killing somebody that I don't really kill all that much unless I like have the prime opportunity.
Unless the
So
perfect person is in that perfect spot
yeah,
that's completely far away from everybody that you've seen
yeah,
for a while, and it's like that's Malcor
exactly.
right there. That is
Yeah,
always Malcor in any game. Malcor
yeah,
does sites. I'm going to go hide over here.
right. I'm hoping it'll keep me safe. Yeah.
Oh man, they found me out.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't know if you even remember those first few games that we used to play
It was
back in
I
the
mean, it feels
almost.
like it was so long ago, but it was really in reality, what, only, a few months ago? Maybe 5, 6 months ago?
I would say it was around April, April to June in that range. So
Yeah,
about yeah.
yeah, which is so crazy, but yeah, no, I do remember playing the first several games, of Goose Goose with you guys and being kind of nervous because yeah, I didn't know any of y'all and
Yep.
I'm when I first meet somebody, I'm very shy and very like introverted, which is weird because I'm an extreme extrovert. But yeah, I do remember several of those first games and feeling kind of like
I
weird
w-
about it.
I will admit I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just something about some streamers. We're introverts.
Uh-huh.
We're like we want people to like us, but we're too afraid to go out of our way to make people like us.
Uh-huh.
So we're quiet. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I
Maybe that's just you and me because like I've taken that I'm trying to remember my psychology what it's called, the IEJ. Oh my
Oh,
god.
you're Myers-Briggs type?
Yes, yes. I am an
Uh,
introvert extrovert. I
okay.
am like right on the borderline of both sections. It's like once you get to know me, nothing's off the table.
Yeah.
I will talk your ear off for the
Yeah.
days. I will be your best friend. But
Yeah.
if I don't know you, I'm this person in the corner just going, please don't
Yeah.
hurt me.
I'm very similar. I'm yeah, an introverted extrovert to where yes, if I know you, I will yeah, I won't shut up. You can't get me to stop talking or leave you alone or whatever. But if I don't know you, I'm more like reserved in a way. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'll still go up to somebody and talk or initiate a conversation, but it takes me a little bit of time to build up that courage, I guess. But yeah.
Well, well, I've noticed something about me. The older I'm getting, the more like my dad I'm becoming.
Uh-huh.
A person in a public space, if I see them like grabbing Pop Tarts, I'll be like,
Mhm.
"Oh, those are really good Pop Tarts right there. I enjoy that particular type myself."
Mhm.
And you should see people's faces when you do that at a store. They're like,
Okay, dude.
Why
Fine.
are you talking to me?" Or "Where's your mask?"
Yeah, that too, yeah. Yeah, I'm my mom
Um,
and or not my mom, my dad and I are very much alike in that we see somebody out in public, we'll talk to them. But my mom and my sister are like, "Would you 2 just shut up and get through the store? Like, come on."
right, right. Um, I will do that. I will do that. It actually helps me open up.
Mhm.
And I find that learning to open up has helped me stream
Yeah.
better. I've also found that streaming has helped me open up more
Uh-huh.
instead of being so closed off. I'm not sure about how that's doing for you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely it brings in a different way of being open and extroverted with people. Like I was telling somebody, at the beginning of all of this pandemic stuff, like I as an extreme extrovert was very um like confused and lost as like because I couldn't go out and hang out with friends or I couldn't do all the same things that I was used to doing. And so getting into the world of gaming and streaming, I was able to still, be extroverted with people and be myself but in a different way. And
Yeah,
it's yeah, it's definitely helped me be more willing to just like, yeah, if I'm at the store and I see something, like just be more willing to say, "Oh, hey, I
right.
love your dress or what." Like I'm more willing to interact with people I normally wouldn't have before.
Right, right. I think it helped. I think streamers that started streaming during the pandemic have found that it's a great way of expressing yourself.
Mhm.
Um, Me, I started before like almost 6 years ago now.
Uh-huh.
I was shy when I first
Uh-huh.
started streaming, and it's taken me multiple years to break that mold. And start throwing that snowball down the hill.
Right.
And it's like I'm honestly glad that I no longer hold those initial games against you,
Yeah.
and actually got to learn who you were.
Yeah.
Like I've learned some very dark secrets about you, that you lie about your name. Your real name is not Megs, it's
I didn't
Stephanie.
I didn't know you were going to bring up my alter ego here. Oh no. Yeah,
Yeah.
that came up in a random DBD lobby. I don't really know. I was blindfolded. So my very first charity that I did, I
Oh,
one of the
gosh.
rewards was a blindfolded goose duck round. But
Oh my.
at the end, everybody had blown up the charity, and I had been streaming for forever, and I was like, "Look, we'll hold off some of the blind rounds for another game." And everybody's like, "Dude, Dead by Daylight." Sure, because that's easy to play blindfolded. Um, and so I hopped into a lobby or a customs lobby with a bunch of friends and blindfolded myself. And our mutual friend to be was actually my eyes. She was spectating, and so she was kind of helping me run around the map. But so I couldn't see chat and what was going on in chat. But somehow the name Samantha showed up, and Canadian Thor was like, "Did you guys know Megs's real name is Samantha?" And he had actually convinced 𝗧𝗵𝗲𝗶𝗀𝗀 for like a few seconds that like she was second guessing herself of, is Meg's
Mhm.
name really Samantha? Like, is she lying to all of us? And like it was when I took my blindfold off and read it, I was like, sure, yep, my name is Samantha. How did you guys not know that? Wow, you didn't get that from Megs? And so it's just kind of carried over. And so yeah, my nickname in his server in Discord is Samantha. But yeah, that was a fun night.
See, I had to bring it up because, I think that communities that we're part of, that we
Mhm.
do that type of stuff, makes us who we really are as
Yeah,
streamers.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Mahler was on here last week, and he and I talk a lot about community and networking with,
Yep.
not only fellow streamers, but those that are in your chats and hanging out in your discords, and building relationships with those people, and how crucial that is. And
Ex-
it's the
exactly.
core of Twitch, is building those networks and those communities, and you know bringing people together. So
Well, like I know you're part of my Discord. You see
uh-huh.
almost every morning,
Hmm.
even on my Sunday, I
Uh-huh.
will pop in and say, "Good morning. How is everyone today?" That
Right.
type of thing, right? Like as I'm getting ready to start set down and start prepping for streaming, I continue to talk like an hour after my stream sometimes, which is really bad because of having to cook.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I make sure that I say good morning, and I do my best to respond to people throughout the day.
Right.
I whether it's on my phone or I have my spare laptop up, just kind of trying to make sure that I chat with everybody, get a pulse check on how everybody's doing, and just you know
Mm-hmm.
making
Like
them feel welcome.
I like for me,
Uh-huh.
even if I'm not at my computer, I will always be within arm's reach of my cell phone or my
Right.
tablet. And if somebody messages me on Discord, my phone, tablet, both of them will actually go off. And
Mhm.
I could go, "Oh, okay." So, and I can respond back. I actually do that quite a bit. It's like, I'm at work. Oh, look, here it goes off. I have to sneak it in
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
that. Otherwise, my boss will yell at me.
Oh yeah, I'm the same way. I mean, I'll even like pull up you guys that stream during the day. I'll pull you guys up and pop in a work lurk and just be like, "Don't tell work I'm here, but I'm lurking in the background, trying to make sure I support as many people as I can throughout the day."
Oh my god, I have seen you say work lurk so many times. I'm actually about to make a command for that.
It works out because I want people to know that like I'm here, but you know
Right, right.
still got to work. So
Right, right. Uh so you were saying your very first games were like Mario.com. So that
hmm
sounds like NES right there, my
hmm
friend. So it tells me you were a Nintendo child.
I was a Nintendo child. Yes. Yeah.
What was your first your own personal console? What was your first personal console?
Oh my gosh. Um.
That
Well,
is
yeah. My
that's one of those things I like to know about people.
Yeah, my dad had the NES, and then I think from there, my sister and I took it over from him and played, yeah, Mario, Duck Hunt, I mean Tetris, all the
I
classics on
love
there.
Tetris.
And then from there, I actually went to Game Boy. Was our next steps. We had the regular Game Boy, the Game Boy Color, and then I think we got for Christmas one year, my aunt and uncle bought my sister and I a GameCube,
Oh wow.
I think was the
So
the next one. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you went from NES to GameCube. That
Yeah.
is like multiple generation jump right there.
Yeah. We moved around a lot in between those two stages, I guess, those two consoles. So didn't really make sense to get a different console in between. So we yeah, like I said, we had our Game Boys that we carried
Right.
around. Oh, and it's not a game, but my little Tamagotchi as well. Another little
Hey,
electronic.
don't ever say the Tamagotchi was not a game or was not a pet.
It's a real life pet, yeah. Oh my
It's
gosh,
my
I can't tell
pet.
you.
I must take care of it. I got to feed it.
My mom would get so annoyed at that thing. But
Uh,
yeah.
I I I I killed so many Tamagotchis. It's not even funny.
Mhm. Same.
Yeah, those were the good old days back in the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, when
Uh
everybody was still trying to figure out technology and electronics and what all it could do.
well, at that period of time, I already knew about interconnecting computers talking to each other by that
Uh-huh.
point, but we're not getting to Malcor's dark past of Malcor used to go into bulletin board systems and be like reading all of these books written in symbols and
Uh-huh.
yeah, we're not going to talk about
We're not
those
gonna go into
darker
that.
days.
It's a story for another time.
Another time, another place, because we're not sure about certain wordings that we can say.
I gotcha.
We'll be honest. I'll be honest with you. I've not done that since I was a teenager.
Yeah,
Yes,
gotcha.
we'll put.
Yeah, put that timeline on it.
I became an adult. I became responsible. I learned multiple
Exactly.
things like working gets me 4 video games every week. Uh, I used to work way too much to buy video games.
Same. Yeah, there was a lot of things that my paychecks went to as a teen and a young adult that I'm like, why? But at the same
Right?
time, I was enjoying it in the moment, so it was all good.
Hey, you can't take the money with you, but at least you can have all those fun games to make you happy during your short
Exactly.
period. So what is your favorite style of game?
Oh, I I don't think I really have a favorite. Like I think that's why I like being a variety streamer is just because I like to, whatever I'm feeling that day, like um I have changed my stream schedule around from, you know, community style games and social deduction stuff with Goose Goose and, back in the day Among Us and things like that. But um I also love story games and
Um,
I
I
recently
was
got into
I'm
Huh?
sorry, you just made me severely laugh when you said back in the day Among Us. And Among
Yeah.
Us is like 2 years now.
I know, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying, like, it just time does not feel like a real thing lately. Like, I feel like we're all just kind of like, quote unquote, just existing in a space because, like, you think back to when things like Among Us came out or, even like we were saying, like, when you and I first met, like, it doesn't feel like it's been as long
All
as it
that long.
has.
No.
But it has, So it's weird. Timelines are weird lately. Um,
Well, I think it's the amount of time we've spent indoors.
Valid. That is valid, yes.
We've learned to not tell time anymore properly.
Yeah. I know, I
we
joke around with people and they're like, "What day was that?" And I'm like, "I don't know, it was a day. A day in time. I really don't know."
it was the one that ended in Y.
Exactly, yeah. But
Uh,
yes, like I said, I like story games. I like playing games like the Sims where it's just kind of, what I call vibing, just hanging out and playing a game that doesn't really take a lot of brain power.
see,
Um and then I like first person shooters and I like games like DBD and 7 Days
yeah.
to Die and I don't know that I really have a favorite. I kind of like them all.
See, for me, I made mention of this when I was talking with Muller. My style is social deduction.
Uh-huh.
I love that. How can I have fun and joke about something and make people question their reality at the same time?
Yeah. Yeah. I
You did not see what you think you saw.
Exactly. That's one of my I tell people that all the time that when I play Goose Goose Duck, I play for the memes. I'm not there to actually win as a duck or a goose. I don't care. I'm there for the memes and the laughs. Like it's just fun to kind of walk around and, quote unquote troll the lobby.
I will be honest with you. I have played Goose Goose Duck with lobbies where we had tryhards.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I've got to win no matter what. That blah blah blah, and they were so like adamant that they had to win no matter what. And
Right.
what I would do to those type of people is I would come up where they were at, where they were talking with somebody, kill somebody, then report the body and said, "Oh my god, they killed right in front of me.
Yeah.
I saw them kill. I reported this body. They were trying to run back to report it themselves, and they're like, "No, I didn't do that." Blah 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 blah. Malcor killed right in front of me. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
"No, why would I report this body? Why would I kill in front of you?" If
Right.
and I would do this to tryhards, the
Yeah.
people that, and I'm pretty sure you know exactly the particular tryhard I'm talking about.
Mhm.
Because they are infamous for like whenever they're duck, they try to control the narrative no matter what.
Yeah.
I think you know exactly which duck or person I'm talking about there.
Most likely. Yep.
And I started doing that to them, and it's like I got them to disconnect like 3 or 4 times. I was like, "Yeah, oh, I now I feel bad that I made them
Yeah.
do that."
Yeah. I also
They
remember one
they
of
were
your plays
having
like that. Huh?
oh, who on who? Who did I do that to?
So you had a play. You were a duck. I think we were in one of Mahler's lobbies actually. You were a duck, and it was one of 𝗧𝗵𝗲𝗀𝗡's first games. And we both still laugh about that to this day every time one of us brings it up, because he was Dodo, and he had no idea like how to, truly play the Dodo kind of in the, best way. And I'm still that way. I still fail at Dodo every time. But he was like, I didn't really know
Um,
what to do. And so he was kind of with you at one point, and then you killed somebody, reported it, and blamed it on him. And he was just so confused, he had nothing to say, and got him voted out, and he won. And he was like, thank you.
I remember that particular game.
Yeah, it was a good one. I was like, well, that's one way to do it, 𝗧𝗵𝗲.
Uh, I was mad at myself for that game.
Uh-huh.
I was like, "Oh, I know exactly how I'm doing this. It looks good. It looks perfect. It feels right."
Right.
And then all of a sudden that happened. It's like he was the
Yep.
dodo. I was like, he was the dodo.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep. That was a
oh.
good one.
I will admit that was a very good thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a good question to ask you. I normally my chat has got a lot of questions that I think they're all like, oh, let's just listen. This is so much better than
Yeah.
when he was talking to Mueller. Well, um, normally my chat has gone like crazy and say, ask them this, ask them that.
Huh.
Like you even admitted. I think you answered what your favorite role was in GGD. Bridget, no, I'm
Yeah.
not asking that one. Bridget wants to know, why is Megs so cute?
Oh, Bridget. It's because I have
And
awesome friends like you, Bridget.
no, tell them the truth. You drink 3 glasses of milk, 5 glasses of water, and
Mhm.
that is before you even wake up in the day.
That is valid. Yeah, I guess I could give my secrets. Those are my steps. And then at the end of the day, I walk backwards 3 times in a circle, before going to bed.
Oh my
Kind of.
god, you know about that secret. If you
I
walk
did. I found it
backwards,
out. Yeah.
if you walk backwards, you de-age.
Yeah, it reverses yeah. Mhm. Yeah, I
See,
found that
see,
out not too long ago.
I found that out as a child when I
Uh-huh.
when I was just a wee lad back in the 1800s.
Uh-huh. Yeah. You're doing well.
I know, right? Right? I have to walk around the block like 7 times now because of
It's
how
just
old I
gonna keep
am.
circling. Oh, goodness.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm not that old yet.
So
So let's see here. What is a game that you're looking forward to coming out within, say, the next year?
oh, what have I heard of that is coming out?
See, there's a very good question. I did not let you be prepared
Mhm.
for that one.
No, yeah. What have I heard of recently? I mean, the only thing that I've heard of recently, I mean, because Elden Ring just came out, and I've been watching a bunch of
Yep.
people play it. Um, and I was kind of torn on it for a while, because I was not a fan, which don't smite me, Twitch viewers. I was not a fan of Dark Souls, it just wasn't it for me kind of thing. And this one,
Right.
you know, watching it, it seems a little bit different. Like I mean, it is the same, but there's parts of it that I think they've changed or they've made better. I mean, the graphics on the game are beautiful. Just watching people play, I'm like, this is amazing. Um,
Mhm.
but a coworker and I were talking about it the other day, and how she had heard from people that have been playing it that have been vast improvements to the game and everything. So
Right.
um, that's something that I've been thinking about playing.
Oh, I would gladly sit there and watch, but like me and Mahler was talking, that's one of those type of games that the timing of getting
Yeah,
into it,
yeah,
you have to call when is the right time to start streaming that.
right, exactly. Yeah,
Because
and
otherwise you're competing with like
hundreds of
celebrity,
thousands. Yes.
and you want to get in when it's still good, but you don't want
Hmm.
to get in when it's like so dead that you're going to have one person view you because,
Right.
oh, I like Elden Ring, so I'll just watch this one person.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Um See, one of the genre style games I love to play is hacker style games. I didn't bring this up on Maulers. This is a different
Oh, okay.
um and one of my all-time favorite games that I like is called Uplink.
Okay.
I love this. I love that game so much. I wish there was like an online version of it.
Hmm.
Not legitimately people
Like
playing
hacking
hacker
things. Yeah.
hack versus hack. No, I would love for like a like place where I could go play for a little bit here versus like other players,
Uh huh.
build up my network of like listening and that type of stuff. There used to be websites that had that particular style game, but since people have moved more towards having like cell phones and iPads and that type of stuff, those style games just completely disappeared.
Yeah. One.
And it's sad that we have lost that style of gameplay, like web-based games.
Yeah, that is true. I think, yeah,
Um,
because a lot of people don't really, like you said, play those because they're mainly playing like. I mean, when I play a web-based game, I'm mainly doing it in like a Discord community night or something like that. It's not a lot of games that I'm gonna play
right,
um
like I think
on stream.
one of the biggest web-based games right now would happen to be Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
that one
I mean
is
that
pretty
that
big.
seems I think that's because not only do you have people playing that on the website, it's just out of my reach. I was gonna grab my box and hold it up for conspiracy comparison. I can English,
Words, I do them well.
right? That gives me a good question. Oh, lost your camera.
I turned it off because it was
Okay.
annoying me.
uh, I was gonna grab my box of Cards Against Humanity. People still play it in a social style setting. And
Right.
the only reason why it got so big is the web-based one is because of what has happened within the last couple years.
Yeah, for
We
sure.
try to avoid calling it what it is.
Yeah.
The nasty sniffles.
The thing that happened. Yeah, my friends and I played Cards Against Humanity so many times in college, and then like we played it so much that anytime we found, like, my friend found a pack that is like Texas based because I'm from Texas, and so as most of the country knows, Texas is very proud of Texas. Um,
Hey, I'm very proud of Texas.
I mean, it's a great place. Um, but there's
I
a Cards Against Humanity pack that is Texas based and themed and
mhm.
has like the Alamo references in the cards, like Davy Crockett, like all these crazy things.
Oh.
And the game is called Carps and Angsty Manatees.
Oh,
And
wow.
I was like, that's the title they chose for that? Okay. That I mean, sure.
I have to look that one up and see if I can find that because that
Yeah.
sounds like it would be fun. But here's the thing. I don't think people that aren't from Texas or has studied Texas history would get.
Would understand, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of
That
really obscure things in there that are very much like, yeah, if you didn't take Texas history or you haven't like just Googled it or researched it out of your own interest, may not make sense to you.
well, okay. I'll admit one of the cities I grew up in because you can't find me because I tell you where I grew up.
Uh-huh.
I grew up in a city called Boonesboro.
Okay.
And Boonesboro was not named after Daniel Boone, but by about his cousin.
Okay.
And that interested me in Daniel Boone, which brought me to David Crockett, which brought me
Mhm.
to learning about the Alamo.
Yeah.
It was a snowball effect, you
Yeah, it all
know?
kind of chain links, yeah.
And it's like, oh. And then it's like people go, so what is one of your favorite type of wars? And I'm going, um, the Alamo.
Yeah.
And they'll go, what was so great about the Alamo? We lost.
Yeah.
And people
No.
go, wait, that doesn't make any sense. Why would it why?
Yeah.
But it inspired certain things and helped progress American culture. I'll
Right.
say that. I'm trying not because this is not just random odd facts. We're trying to keep it close to gaming. I don't know how to
Yeah.
bring that back towards gaming.
Don't either, yeah.
Besides the fact that I did find back in the early 90s some really good computer games that was based upon the Alamo and
Oh,
other
interesting.
events. Can't find them nowadays because, blacklisted.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, should we, yeah, reference back to, the Oregon Trail?
Oh god.
Everybody dying of dysentery.
Okay, question for you. This is
Uh-huh.
very important. It determines whether or not we stay friends. Did
Oh.
you ever make it to Oregon?
Oh god, I gotta remember back to there. I honestly don't remember a successful trip.
Okay, okay. I guess we can stay friends. I
Yeah,
mean,
I don't think I ever
I
survived.
I have only recently
Uh-huh.
did my first successful trip.
Oh, okay. I'll have to pull it
Yeah,
up one day and play it just to
trust
relive
me
the
on this.
nostalgia.
Trust me on this. You go, wait, you still play that style of game? I still play games back from 1980s that are I need a program called DOSBox to play.
Yeah. So that's the
Um
cool thing about games is like they are, in a way timeless. Like you can if you want to go back and you have the capabilities to be able to pull up games that you played in, your childhood to pull those up. Like I mean recently and I know another fellow streamer of ours, Anna has been
yeah.
playing a lot of Nancy Drew games. Those
Yep.
games and books were my childhood, and I played a few of them on stream, a while back, and takes you back. You're back in that, like, I'm back at my parents' house, like, just on my little small computer playing these games and just wasting hours on these Nancy Drew mystery games, but they
Right,
were so
right,
great.
right. When you can go back and play childhood games, I will admit the age of computers is one of the best.
Mhm.
Um, and like I said, I still play games from like the 1980s because, well, I found Steam sales where I could pick them up for like the entire collection of this one particular game for like $5, and I'm like, yes, the entire collection.
I want them all.
Uh, Even though I have completed this entire story, all 4 different ways you can end it.
Yeah.
Um, that's one of those things. It's like you find games that make you feel good, and you go back to them
Mhm.
constantly.
Absolutely.
So, what is one of your ultimate feel good games?
Oh, probably, I guess either, yeah, Nancy Drew or Sims. Like, those are the games that, like, if I just want to unwind and, like I said earlier, not have to use any brain power really. Like, I mean, Nancy
Yeah.
Drew, you do have to think through all the clues and stuff, but like Sims, I can just sit there and go through it and build and just decorate to my heart's content. Or, if I'm having a really rough day, go and play Sims and kill off one of my
Uh,
Sims. Like, just, have that moment
uh,
in a safe way.
if I ever play Sims,
Hmm.
I have played Sims 1, Sims 2, Sims 3, and Sims 4. I actually
Hmm.
own a copy of Sims 4 right now.
Yep.
That I have never played on streams, but if I play Sims, I always look at the best way to murder my Sim.
Yeah. I think you
Or
gave
have
me the
my Sim become a serial killer.
Yeah. I think you were the one that gave me the suggestion one time, and I did part of it, was to do like a 7 ways to die version of Sims. And I did, I think, probably like 8 or 10 different of the ways to have your Sims die in game. And I mean, they've added so many, because like before it was like death by swimming pool or fire,
Right.
the simple classic ways. But like now that they have Sims pets, like you can get rabid rodent fever if your
Oh,
guinea pig
wow.
bites you. um there's the Murphy style bed that can crush you and kill you that way. Like, they have
I
added so many different ways.
I have seen the Murphy Bedway. I would love to see somebody take the time, make a YouTube video of this,
Hmm.
okay? I want Have you ever seen the movie Thousand Ways to Die in the Midwest, or Thousand Ways to Die in the Wild West?
No, I don't think I've seen the movie. I've watched the show A Thousand Ways to Die.
Okay. Thousand Ways to Die in the Wild West was a joke about that show.
Oh, okay, okay,
It was made by the creator of Family Guy and the Orville.
okay.
Um, and there was so many random jokes, like an ice block fell on a person, and then it popped up death number such and such. I want to watch the Thousand Ways to Die in The Sims.
Yeah.
And somebody just randomly come up with a storyline where these two characters are going along and random deaths happen in the background.
Yeah, that would be an interesting, yeah, that okay. Yeah, I'd like to see somebody do that, because I think that would be interesting to see how they do it, like how they play it out.
Right. That would be a very fun series to watch on YouTube. It doesn't even have to be like an instant one-off video. It could be like death no the very first video could be death number 326,
Right.
you know. And just like have a storyline going through the entire period. That would be a very interesting thing to watch. Honestly, I watch weird stuff,
Same.
and I want to see somebody do that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Here's a question. What's the most irritating thing you find on Twitch as a streamer?
Hmm. Like as far as like Twitch itself goes, or like as a
Twitch,
platform?
fellow streamers as a platform.
I think probably it I mean, like we talked about earlier, community and networking is a big thing for me and a big thing for Twitch in general. And so I think those that are opposed to it, I guess, is the word to use. And kind yeah, I guess those that are opposed to it and just like have this like closed mind about, oh, I'll just do my
It's
own
all
thing
about
and
me.
right, like there's no like they don't raid out at end of streams and they don't, go in and support other creators and, like if you chat with them about, like cuz if like I'll be honest, like I've had people come to me and say, like, "Hey, what are your thoughts on XYZ?" And so I give them my thoughts and my opinions and then, at the end of the day I get, for lack of a better term, I don't know if your stream is 18 plus, but I get shit on. Um, and it becomes this like negativity that
Megs.
I don't want to have, like it's just like a like if you're going to ask for opinions and thoughts from somebody, be respectful, take their opinions and their suggestions and then if you choose to use them great, if not, that's your choice. But
Right,
don't
right.
turn it to something negative and it's I think just the people that are opposed so much to community and want to just make it like you said all about them and so just one way minded kind of thing. Is that a phrase? One
Yeah, yeah. It can
you know what
work.
I mean though, like one thought
Yeah.
way process kind of thing. Like it just confuses me and it sometimes yeah annoys and frustrates me. I think that's the thing that's kind of like stands out to me the most because
Hmm.
of how important community and networking is with Twitch.
I will agree that community and networking is very important to me as well.
Mhm.
And one of the things that irritates me, speaking about community and networking, is when you join a group of fellow streamers for a reason, like say we're all going to support each other no matter what, thick and thin, and then all of a sudden you don't get that support.
Right.
Like you're completely um
Left hanging.
left hanging there and left alone, and
Right.
it feels like I joined this to be part of a community, and now I'm still on the outside being just myself. It
Yeah.
really hurts. It really hurts
Mhm.
my viewpoint of the credibility of people who form that type of stuff.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, it definitely puts a sour taste in your mouth towards people who are like that and people who don't like I think that the groups that you and I are involved in are amazing and they truly
Oh
are
yeah.
supportive and we all work our butts off to produce content and create communities that are positive and welcoming
Well,
and
well
good
as
spaces.
well, as Mueller said last week, and yes, I keep going back to him because he is a
I mean,
fantastic guy.
he really is.
Uh, I mean that's why I have no problem believing that within about a month he'll be
Yeah.
getting that nice check mark beside his name.
Yeah. We're definitely hoping for it.
Um, and I see you sooner or later getting that check mark beside your name.
Yeah, goals.
Me personally, I will never see that check mark.
No, I definitely think you will one day. We'll all be there. That's the thing. It just takes,
um, it
that's part of
takes
the community thing. It takes a community and a network of really great people who want to help each other push towards their goals, whatever their goals are. Like maybe your
right,
goal, whoever, maybe somebody's goal isn't partner. That's fine. What is your goal? We'll help you get there.
right, exactly. You gotta have your own goal. I have said that my ultimate goal with Twitch
Mhm.
isn't to become wealthy, rich, powerful type individual. My entire goal is to be some semi financially stable enough that I can spend more time with my community.
Mhm. I agree. That's that's
Uh
definitely part of mine as well. I would like to be able to, potentially move to maybe a part-time job with streaming, plus streaming, and then eventually, be streaming full-time, content creation full-time. That's the ultimate goal. But
right, exactly. What got you into streaming?
so
I avoided
um
I haven't asked that question yet. What got you
this
into streaming?
it's an it's a random and interesting story. I At the end of 2020,
Mhm.
um was I mean, we were all still stuck in our houses and not really doing much. And I got bored one day and had been involved in Discord for a while. Um, and had been playing Among Us with randoms that I had met in public lobbies.
Mhm.
And I decided one day to just go live. And so I went live for I think maybe 30 minutes to an hour, just streaming public lobbies and just I mean, I really wasn't talking to chat or really doing much. I was just kind of playing and streaming, and one of my friends hopped into stream and he was like, "I didn't know you streamed." And I said, "Well, this is
I
the first time."
be like, I don't. This
Yeah,
is just me having a little bit of fun, blowing off some
this was me
steam.
just kind of seeing what would happen. And he told me that a friend of mine that I've known for 15, 16 years was streaming and that I should go over and say hi. And so when I closed out of my stream, I popped into his and followed and, you know, confused him a little bit because he had no idea that I was even on Twitch. Um,
One thing led to another, and boom, you're
and yeah,
here
I
now.
joined in with his community and we all streamed regularly on, I think, Thursday nights. And I started playing a mobile game. That was the other thing. I didn't start out streaming PC games. I started out streaming mobile games. Um, and so I was streaming Last Day on Earth, which is a survival game
Yeah,
on mobile.
I know about that game.
Yeah. And so I eventually moved it over to a mobile emulator on my MacBook and was
Ah,
streaming it and kind of took off from there.
hmm,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
I had never thought about streaming mobile games.
It is a challenge. I don't recommend it. Even with the mobile emulator, it is sometimes interesting. I wanna pull up Last Day on Earth again and just run it randomly for a stream and see what's going on in the world because 'cause they've added so many different things since I last played.
Right?
Um, but I gotta download the emulator again and get everything loaded in, but
Let's see here. Um, asked all of my questions that I had set up, and stream it and chat is being very quiet.
chat is quiet.
They're very quiet.
Why you so quiet, chat?
Like I said, I think chat just enjoys good conversations, and
Yeah.
that's what I'm offering these last couple
Yeah.
of times. Which is why one of my next conversations is going to be somebody that I met by accident.
Oh.
Communities.
Yep.
I will say this. It was a community that I met him because a member of his community reached out to me, and I started talking with him, and now me
Yeah.
and him talk. So
Awesome. Interesting.
socializing. Um
Exactly.
let's see here. That wraps up that. I think that idea right there is the key point of our entire conversation, is our ability to socialize as
Absolutely.
Twitch streamers is how we get to know people better.
Absolutely.
Uh
Yeah.
Question, what was the kind of mobile games you would recommend to other there we go. What mobile games would you recommend to others?
So I think it definitely depends on what type of games you like. I do like survival games just in general, so those are the ones I tend to gravitate towards when it comes to mobile games. So I mean, Last Day on Earth is a beautiful game. It is they are constantly adding to it and creating seasons, so you go through and they give you different tasks and challenges, and um the world kind of resets in at different time frames, so you're constantly, there's something to do. There's never a standstill in the game, really.
Oh,
um
that's cool. That sounds like a
yeah,
very
it's
interesting game.
it's a really great game, and so I mean, I really like it. I also like brain puzzle games. Those are some of the ones that I also um tend to pull up a lot. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
for the longest, Last Day on Earth was the one mobile game I played. Just didn't really
religiously.
play. Yeah, daily I was logged into that game.
If I have to give a recommendation on mobile games,
Mhm.
any that don't have ads,
Yeah.
or if there is ads, the ad rewards you.
Yes. Which
Not
is true.
not oh, you finished a level. Here, would you like 4 times extra gold or just continue to the next level? Oh, you want
Yeah.
to continue to the next level? Here, watch this ad real quick.
Yeah. I hate those too, yeah. Which is true of Last Day on Earth. Their ads are set up to where you choose if you watch them at all, and if you watch them, they give you some sort of reward. So, they do ads right in that game for sure.
Okay. See, I've been playing 2 games on my uh playing 2 mobile games quite frequently. One is Merge Mayor,
Mhm.
which is a merging based game which I hate and love at the same time. Uh it's one of those, oh, I just move this to match this, and
Right.
where I'm at in it, it's really a lot of mental dexterity of what do I get rid of so I can get more of something else.
Mhm.
Um like Merge Mayor is that one, and the other one that I've been playing is Adventure Communist.
Oh, okay.
It's an idle game.
Okay.
You start out pressing this button to get potatoes. Once you get potatoes, you get farmers. You buy farmers with
Uh-huh.
the potatoes. Then with those farmers, you get more potatoes, and you keep going. And
Uh-huh.
then there's something that makes those farmers automated, so you no longer have to push button to make farmers work.
The farmers do their own thing.
And then you can get even better farmers, and they make farmers for your farming.
I love it.
It's one of these weird style games. I don't know why I ever started playing it. I think it's because was playing Adventure Capitalist,
Mhm.
and it was one of the recommended games during one of the ads that rewarded
The
you.
ads. Yep. That's how I ended up finding a lot of the puzzle games was through ads of other puzzle games, but
Right,
and
right.
I mean, I think all of us in our communities already know, but I forget about mentioning it as a mobile game because I mean we all play it on PCs, but Goose Goose is a game that we all love, and it's on
Yeah,
mobile now, and so it's one of the ones that if you don't have a PC, then get it on mobile, play it on mobile because it's lots of fun no
right.
matter how you play it. So
Right. That is really making me want to message one person and see if I can get them to come do one
yeah,
of these with me. And
yeah,
we both know who
absolutely.
I'm talking about
Yeah,
because he has a
I
nice
mean,
big check mark beside his name.
yeah, I think
And
he'd be a good guest.
I would talk to him about the game and about being a Twitch partner as well.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Uh, what is it? What is the worst thing a Twitch personality could ever do, in your honest opinion?
I mean, honestly, it's not like we talked about earlier, not being genuine, not being honestly yourself. Um, but then also, like we touched on, not caring or supporting your communities and um your people that are supporting you, whether they be part of your viewers or
Mhm.
your fellow streamers or whatever it may be. I think that the minute you take yourself out of a community perspective and put it all on me, you set yourself up for
Right.
failure.
Right.
It's
I will agree to that.
it's not the way that Twitch is set up.
Um, I'm gonna ask the chat one last time. Any last
Okay.
questions or comments?
Mhm.
Because then I will let you go. You can have a
Okay.
wonderful day. I do know you've got a busy day ahead of you,
I do,
and
yeah.
I'm sure you would like to get a little bit of mental prep before you start, because I'm sure you're going to be having loads of fun with Bridgie.
Oh, yes. Always fun to play with Bridgie.
I mean, I love playing with Bridgie. Bridgie is one of my
Yes.
favorite ones. Any last minute comments, questions, chat that you guys want to add?
Hit me with your worst, chat.
Ask Meg any question. I'm sure she'll answer it. Like, what is the worst swear word? No, don't. No, no.
Nope. Okay, I won't answer that
Uh,
one.
no, I said no to that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. Break the fourth wall for those who are listening to the podcast. Podcast heard a bleep during this because of something I had to do today. I blame Megs for making me have to bleep this.
What can I say?
Deuce MS, how much stress is actually on streamers? By the way, my guest of next week just asked you that. How much stress is actually on streamers?
Um, I think it depends on what all the streamer is doing. But like for me personally, I don't like to be in a state of standstill. I like to be going. I like to feel exhausted at the end of the day because I feel like I've accomplished something. So it is stressful and it is a lot at times, but I enjoy it. But yeah, I mean, I myself work a full-time job. I have I don't have any children, but I have a fur child, so I have to take care of her.
Hey, fur babies are very important.
They are very she is
They're
my
they're they're what makes us happy.
exactly, she is my absolute world, and if you guys are ever in stream, she does have her own channel point redemption, so, um but yeah, I work full time, I take care of my dog, I do stream 4 times a week currently on Twitch, and then I do have my TikTok that I try to post regularly, and my YouTube, I post twice a week on there. And so I've got recording days for YouTube, and at the end of the week, it just seems like there's not enough time left in the week.
Exactly.
And when you have a rough day at work, and then you're also trying to make sure you're a positive person and source for your community, it does get overwhelming. I mean, you can ask anybody that's from my Discord. They know that I gave them an apology this week because I was not myself. I was not this I wasn't as active in Discord, and I wasn't as cheerful on stream or in Discord as I normally am, and so I gave him an apology. I mean, because like we said, you have to be honest, you have to be genuine with your community, and for me to constantly fake it and not show them the real side of me, I don't think is fair to them.
Well, I do know that you were having a very bad week, and part of me th- part of me on Wednesday was going to ask you, did you still want to do the podcast this weekend
Mhm.
because of how stressed out, how
Yeah.
t- physically, mentally tired you were.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
Yeah.
I figured it was come to that, you would have told me by
Oh, 100%.
Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, had and that's my thing. Like I do try to be upfront with everybody, and I mean, hanging out with fellow streamers and my people in Discord and all of our different communities makes me happy. So like I said, at the end of the day, even if I am exhausted, like I still want that time. I mean, last night we had community game night, and I was I was exhausted, and I mean, I had to work a little bit this morning too. And so one of my mods was like, "I mean, you don't have to do community game night. People will understand." And I was
Right,
like, "No, I want to though. Like that's the point. I
right.
want to be in there gaming and hanging out with everybody is just it makes me happy. It brightens my day." So all
It's
the
hanging
exhaustion,
it's hanging out with your community that makes your day feel complete.
right.
Or
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
least it does for me.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it makes the exhaustion and the stress and the feeling like there's not enough time in the day worth it,
Mhm.
because you come in and you hang out with these awesome people that you're bringing into your communities, and you just feel good. It makes you feel
Right.
positive.
All right. Well, as we're wrapping up here, I'm going to ask you, what are the social medias that you want people to follow you on?
Sure. So yeah, I mean obviously I'm on Twitch, Mind of Megs. I am on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram.
What are your handles over at those?
So everything is Mind of Megs, but on Twitter and Instagram, the O is a 0. Somebody stole my O.
All right, there we go. See, there we go. I wanted to make sure that you could give people your social. I would
Mhm.
like to thank you for stopping by.
Absolutely. Thank you
Uh,
for having me.
Not a problem. Anytime, my friend. I would love to get a panel with you, Mahler, our one friend with the check mark. I gotta still
Yeah.
talk with him, see if I can convince him to do one of these podcasts.
Yeah.
Because I know how busy he is.
Yeah.
So
He's they're definitely busy for sure. But yeah, I think a panel interview would be fun.
sit
Kind
down,
of
have
get
a nice panels, have
yeah.
conversations with all three of you, set it up for like a couple of hours, have a nice long little podcast there.
Yeah. And I think the four of us really like we mesh well, and we all kind of like
Yep.
um ideas kind of pop off of each other. So I think that would be a really good podcast. It'd be a lot of fun and entertaining content.
Yep. Yep. So thank you once again. You have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. You as well.
For those that was here in Twitch land, thank you for being here. For those that are listening to this on your favorite way of listening to podcasts, thank you. Those on YouTube, hit that follow, like, subscribe. That does help this podcast out. And those on those podcasts, hit the follow button and hit the way to rate it the highest you can, if that means automatic downloads. And until next time, later, Gators.